congratulations. This is so funny, so much fun.
Thank you.
But this has been quite a year already for you in terms of the films. Has anybody approached you about the Ryan Reynolds Film Festival yet?
Wow, that would be, for me, it would be awful. I don't know, maybe my mom would love that, but I don't know, yeah, that'd be a little too much attention there.
How's it feeling? I mean, they got a couple of films coming out this year, with one already, you know, a big one.
It's been a good year. I did that little independent film, Wolverine.
Yeah, seriously, that Deadpool character who my kids don't stop talking
about.
Oh,
wow, yeah. That was a ball, but yeah, it's definitely been a good year. You know, you don't when you're shooting them, you don't intend for them to be stacked up like that, but that's just sort of the way it worked out. And
yeah,
it could be a good thing too. So.
It is a good thing. It's always a good thing to see you, Ryan.
Thank
and
you.
Why did it take so long to get you and Sandra Bullock together? Because I know you guys have been, you know, chums for a while, but boy, do you ever work well together.
We loved working together. You know, I think we've been friends for 9 years, and I think, you know, when two friends get together and they decide to do a movie together, that's a great way to just really end that friendship. So, you know, but we had the exact opposite experience. In fact, we were much better friends now than we even were before. So, and I think a lot of that is chemistry. I mean, we had a kind of chemistry that you just can't manufacture or fake, and it's either there or it's not. And
right.
Thank God we had it, and we exploited the hell out of it, and, you know, I think we had so much fun doing it that we hope to actually be able to do this again. We don't know what movie, but we'll find something.
Well, obviously, I mean, you know, you have a great script to work with. You have some great lines, but there's you and there's her, and let's face it, you guys like to go off book. Okay, come on. So, I mean, what was that like, you know, to kind of spar with each other in that way?
You know, it felt a lot like we kind of modeled the set after the like something you know find on the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah.
You know, in a way, it was a lot of times you have like a line in the back of your head that you're kind of waiting to pull out at the last minute just to see if I can crack her. You know, make her laugh or break her, and she would do the same for me. Unfortunately, I'm a huge lightweight when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And Betty White was the one that really got me a lot. Like Betty White can just with her slight inflection, she can just do something that'll have you in hysterics. And and it's not something you usually see out of an 87-year-old woman.
Amazing. She was fantastic in this film, and I was wondering that. I'm watching, you know, you and Sandra having your you know, scenes with that woman, and I'm thinking, were you in awe the whole time? Seriously.
I was in awe just because I can't believe this woman is this on it.
Yeah.
I mean, she is just absolutely, she hasn't lost a beat. I don't know what she's doing. I don't think you can snort ginkgo biloba. Maybe that's what she's doing. I don't know, but she's doing something really well, and I don't know. It's working. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, the big scene, you and Sandra, you know, you bump into each other completely naked.
Yeah.
Do you ever get used to walking around the set with no clothes on? Because, you know, you're in pretty good shape, so I would think that for you it's just, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't start in porn. So, like a lot of actors. So, for me, it's...
like Sandra.
Yes, exactly, like Sandra, that hardcore porn that she started in. I for the most part, I was pretty embarrassed doing that, you know, for a couple of days straight.
Yeah.
Everyone was, but, you know, you close off the set and you try to make it as comfortable as possible. You know, the hardest part is that was where Sandra and I's relationship actually was a hindrance, because we've known each other for so long, and, you know, to be slamming into one another stark naked, you know, we suddenly knew each other too well.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Every time her husband comes around after that, I've been very kind of bashful and shy. And hey, Jesse.
I was going to say that because Jesse, he's you know, he seems very calm on the outside. I was watching Celebrity Apprentice. Okay, I got to know the guy a little bit this year, but you know, I'd be a little bit.
I'd be a little bit wary of anyone who has, you know, the words "pay up, sucker" on your palm. You know, I think that's, you know, that's generally something that I would be wary of.
Yeah,
you know, he's a great guy, though. I mean, he's just one of those guys that is so unbelievable in person. I mean, he's such an entrepreneur and just a brilliant human being. So you kind of suddenly, it all makes sense why these two are together.
Yeah. You know, I have to really commend you because, boy, do you ever like to mix it up, whether it's comedy or the action stuff or the drama, whatever.
Yeah.
What really gets you going? What do you, when you get a script, what really, you know, strikes you?
I don't know. I think it's look, I've been really lucky to get away with it so far.
Oh, please.
I'm not, this isn't false humility. I'm really been lucky to kind of, and I think the reason I've been able to get away with doing so many different genres is that I've never had a Titanic or something like, or a Spider-Man or something like that, where you just suddenly, you know, your name is synonymous with one particular character. So, I'm going to try to keep getting away with it as long as I can.
Well, there is the rumors of that Deadpool sequel, and you know, it must have been very hard for you to have your mouth kind of shut the whole time, because we know, you know, you kind of like to talk, Ryan.
Yeah, I think that the reason the sequel is happening is so they can, you know, release the mouth. But I mean, you know, that was, I think, you know, Fox understood that that's something that people loved about the movie is the fact that this guy was the merc with the mouth is what they call him. He's a guy that can't stop his mouth. So I mean, the idea behind doing a Deadpool spinoff would be to have him, you know, unaffected by, you know, the news in Wolverine, and he would just be his own kind of entity.
Last year, a great feat, you ran the New York Marathon.
Yeah.
Wow. My husband just got accepted, and he's going to be running it this fall.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He's
hardcore.
Good
for him.
Yeah, well, so I would ask you, I didn't tell him I was going to do this, but do you have any advice for my husband, Jeff, on when he gets to New York, how do you handle this marathon?
Okay, bring throwaway clothes, because you get out on the Verrazano Bridge at 6 in the morning to start the race, and it is freezing. I mean, it is absolutely freezing cold. So when the race starts, you're actually running over about a foot of clothing. It's like it snowed bad sweatpants. And it's unbelievable. So you definitely want to have something warm on because you're going to get hot while you're running. But it's just an amazing way to see New York.
Yeah, I can
You go through all 5 boroughs. It's absolutely incredible. It brings out the best in people, except one lady that I met. I met her at the beginning of the race. I met this lady who, she looked over at me, and I don't know what I did to her, but she looked and she said, "Now you know what childbirth's like." What the hell? What did I do to you? Do I owe you money or something? What the? All right, I get it. It's going to be awful.
How was your time?
That was weird. My time was good. I went under 4 hours, which was kind of wasn't, well, the goal was 4 hours and 15 minutes, but I don't know, I guess the adrenaline, kicked in, and we did a little faster than we thought. So.
Amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome.
I think if your time is 8 hours, I think that's commendable. I mean, anytime you can make it from one end of New York to the other, it's 26.2 miles.
That's amazing.
On your own steam is pretty cool.
And very quickly, we're going to see you coming up next in a film with Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, Jeff's incredible.
Paperman?
Paperman, yeah.
Wow. Will you just tell me very quickly about it?
Paperman is a story about, it's kind of a coming of middle-aged comedy. I guess this is how I describe it. About a guy who falls in love with a woman far too young for him, and while he's being counseled by his imaginary superhero that he's had since 2nd grade.
Very interesting.
That's a weird log line, I know, but that's what it's basically about.
Well, if you're in it, I can't wait to see it. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and best of luck with this. You're so good in this, really. Thank you so much. Great seeing you, Ryan. Thank you.